Page 33 for He's a Jolly Good Fellow. On page 31, they give a bunch of finger drills. I don't like drills. I never have liked them. Didn't use them in college. So why I don't push drills. You want to do them for the fun of it, you go right ahead. You like to wiggle the fingers around, you go right ahead. I like to use the scales, and I've already been encouraging you to do the C major scale, one octave up and down with the trill exercise and everything in it. To me, that's good. But there's nothing wrong with these finger drills. You can have fun with them. If you are interested in more finger drills, if you just like that sort of thing, then I recommend either a book by Cherub or a book by Hannon. The Hannon book is just a bunch of these patterns that go up and down the keyboard. The Cherub book has all kinds of different things in it, but a lot of them seem to have a melody, so I prefer the Cherub for the melodies. But again, if you're just wiggling the fingers, Hannon is great for that. They got all kinds of patterns that you can do. If you do decide to go with those books, I suggest you ignore or don't pay any attention to their metronome markings in the book. Those are just way too fast. You take it at yours, whatever you can do, controlled and even. That's what's important. Now on page 32, they're introducing you to the key of G major. So now they're talking key signatures. I don't remember them covering key signatures before, so let's talk key signatures. I already told you the pattern for a major scale, whole step and half step pattern. Remember in C major, you can use that as your guide because that's your pattern. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That's the pattern for any major scale. Well, that is the key of it. The word key has multiple meanings in music because each of these things on the piano, those are called keys. We can also say a key signature. A key is the overall harmony of whatever something is. That made no sense at all, but stick around. The key of C major, we've been doing all along, is all the white notes. No black notes. I mean, you can occasionally get accidentals where you add other stuff. I'm not talking about accidentals. I'm talking about just the way it's written here. So keys, C major has all white keys, no sharps or flats in it at all. I've been telling you to do the C major scale. Okay. G major has one sharp. It is an F sharp. So it starts on G, it ends on G, it has all the white keys except for the F, and that is an F sharp. Sounds lovely when you do them all, huh? It's a key of G major. You just need to memorize G major has one sharp, it's F sharp. It simply means all the Fs in the piece, no matter where they are going to be played as F sharps automatically. If they want an F natural, they have to put in a natural sign to tell you to do a natural. Look on He's a Jolly Good Fellow here. At the beginning, you see after the clef sign, there's sharp signs. See, this is one of the things now I have to add to when I start a new piece of music and looking it over, I have to consider the key signature. Well, those sharp signs are always in the same places. In the top staff, that top line, that's an F. That's where an F would be. So they put that to indicate all Fs, any Fs, anywhere, are sharp for that staff. Remember, every staff has to have its own set of symbols. Well, on the bottom staff, the next to the top line, that is an F. That is where an F would go. That's where they put the sharp to indicate all Fs are sharped. And as you get more sharps and flats added in, you just learn the scale. You'll learn to play in the key. You don't have to worry about which are flats or which are sharps. You just play in that key. It works really well. That's how I do it, except when you get accidentals. So let's look this piece over. It's 1 page long, treble and bass clef, one sharp and a key signature, therefore we're in the key of G major. Now you need to go find my scale video on G major scale and do it 1 octave up and down. Do everything I say in there, the trill and the accents and the wrist and the whole bit. G major. Generally, I do the scale for whatever piece I'm working on. And it's in 6/8 time. We're back to 6/8 time. So an eighth note gets a count, and there's the same as 6 of them in every measure. Remember, a dotted quarter note is the same as 3/8 notes. Always. And so it's worth 3 counts. Let's take each hand separately so we can figure out what each hand is doing and understand that. Starting out here in the right hand. And you don't need any other finger numbers now until the second line. So you only need finger numbers when you have to move around. It tells you where you're moving to. As long as you're not moving, you don't need the finger numbers. Make sure you're reading the notes, not the finger numbers. So it's here. 1, 2, 3. Remember, a quarter note's same as 2/8 notes, so therefore it gets 2 counts. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now you end the first line here. Go to the second line, they want you to just move your hand up, leave thumb where it is, and move the hand up, so second finger is going to play the D. B, excuse me, that's a B. We just changed hand positions, because once I play this, I'm going to bring the thumb up. So this is one of the ways we change hand positions. We just kind of crawl around. So second line, we're here. You don't need these other finger numbers until you get to the end of the line. And here you cross over. If you're doing the scale, this is easy because in the scale you got to cross third finger over, and this is just second. Just relax. The thumb will move. Relax. You don't twist around or nothing. Just relax and it comes. And then during the rest, they want you to come up here to first finger. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. You can do that if you want. You don't have to. See, they're favoring fingers 1, 2, and 3. And I prefer not to favor fingers. I want you to learn to use all 5 fingers. So in my mind, you can just reach up again and use 2 and come back into this. And you're using 5 and 4 then. Here. In my mind, you can do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use second finger on the B. I'm not going to come up. I'm not going to move the hand up. I am moving the hand up, but I'm just a little bit here. I'm in this position. They want you to be in this position. Well, okay, whichever. To pick one. It's all right. And at the end of this third line, during the rest, you come back down. That's okay. We're just coming back down. Like you were at the beginning. Then in the last line is similar to the second line in that we need to come back up here. So you're ending the fourth line here. Again, just reach up, second finger on the B. And you cross over at the end. That's all right. You do eventually want to get to the point where you can make these little moves without looking at the keyboard, where you can feel one key up or down and you're comfortable with it. You have to look at first, but eventually you want to get to where you don't. Left hand. Well, left hand's got these 2-note chords going. You got a G and a D here. That puts you here. And there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then an A. You don't need these other finger numbers. The third measure, F sharp. So they have the sharp in there in parentheses. That is called a courtesy sign. It's not required. You don't need it. It is an F sharp anyway because there's an F sharp in the key signature. So all the Fs are sharped. They're just reminding you. It's like saying, oh, don't forget, this is an F sharp. All right, that's fine. We can do that. And then 5 again. So we're kind of moving around here. We do that a lot. And again, you want to get to where you can feel this without looking at the keyboard too. Second line. Then the thumb comes up, and then 2, and now they want 4 and 5, 4 and 1. So we are moving around a little bit in the left hand too. Third line, they want 2 and 4 on that. We got rest at the end of the second line. You got time to come down here. It's okay. And then the fourth line's the same as the first. And the last line similar to the second. Okay, put the hands together. What do we get? Well, again, when I first put the hands together, I'm liable to hesitate all over. I don't care. I just want to know which fingers are working together. So we're here, and then here, and then here. So the left hand came up. And then here, and then here. next line, the right hand's got to come up here. So you go through and you put the hands together, and then go back through it however many times and work on those spots where you're hesitating and get rid of the hesitation so it is a steady beat. Keep it slow if you have to, but a steady beat. And once I've done that, then I go back and think about the articulation. Here we have phrasing. You see the big slur line over here? Lift up. Lift up. Lift up. Of course, with the rest, you have to lift up. I'm lifting up between these. It's like taking a breath. So I'm cutting the note just a little bit short so I got time to lift up. And the left hand, play it as connected as you can. You can't connect these. They're repeated notes. You have to lift up. But as close as you can get to connected. Now, when you do lift up in the right hand, you can go ahead and lift up in the left hand. It makes it a little easier. Lift up. Lift up. So you can lift up together. And most pieces, I would say, don't do that. Keep the left hand connected, but you have to lift up in the left. Now, once I have the articulation down, then I go back and I think about the dynamics. We have MF at the beginning. Mezzo forte is medium loud, and that's the melody, which in this case is the right hand. What do you think medium loud is? You'll have to decide. It's not loud, just sort of loud. The left hand, keep it soft. So you're light in the left hand and sort of heavy in the right hand, huh? That's the only dynamic they give. Well, once you get to know the piece, you may feel like getting a little louder and softer. For instance, in the second line. Typically, you get louder on that and then come down. Come down as you feel it. If you feel it, do it. If you don't feel it, don't do it. Left hand, you just keep in the background. Speed, allegretto. Well, it's kind of, you have to feel the speed. It's not a set value. Let's see, I'm going to put the metronome at this value per beat, and I'm going to do that. It doesn't work all that well. You have to feel this. People would sing it. It's a happy piece. It's a party piece. Feel it. Depends on how much stuff we've had to drink, really. That's just, but we're going to feel it in two. 1, 2. Remember the natural accents? It's 1, 2, 1, 2. So if you feel it in 2, that's not allegretto. That's So what I'm saying is overall, what is the feel of it? It's not fast and it's not medium. It's somewhere in between. The feel of it. Of course, if you want to sing it, you go right ahead. I don't care. I can't hear you, so it's up to you. I don't sing in the videos. Goof. Just one way of playing it. There's other ways, however you feel it. Just make sure you feel in the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. It's when the left hand is playing in this case. Let's play it together very slowly and check all the notes and rhythms. I'll give us 6 counts. And let's see if we can, even one hand at a time if you have to is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready, go. 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 5, 6. 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, rest.